We shall see.
Let's have a look at the other results from these games while
Yeah, why not?
he looks at this. Let's have a look. So it looks like this has not been updated so far. It looks like Domregu is one map up against Hero.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Hero apparently took a bit of a pounding in that from just reading the Team Liquid live report thread, and things were going badly for him.
It's not so good.
Not exactly, no. We're still waiting for this choice right here from DaBoO. He can't use the toilet excuse because he just did that 5 minutes ago, so... It's probably a good time to remind you guys that if you haven't already entered the contest to win some fantastic Sapphire graphics cards, which I'm almost jealous of one of them, actually. I've got to say, I use NVIDIA cards, but I used to use... It's like I switch between them as we go through the generations, find out which is the best. I'm a race picker, what can I say? I picked the one that's optimal at the time. The 6970, which is on offer, is... Oh, God, that is a beastly card. You can go to facebook.com/Sapphire Technology and be in with a chance to win that, or a 6870 or a 6670 as well, just by taking a picture of you and your friends watching the stream. So do that, facebook.com/Sapphire Technology, upload your pictures, make it good. We've done that before, haven't we? We did that. That was pretty cool. The virtual tournament stage that we had, the virtual arena.
That was good. That was good fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we actually
like watching them.
The guys who won were actually Swedish, as it happens. Yeah, they had about 15 guys in the room with a big projector, so it was pretty epic, honestly.
I like that. I like looking at those pictures.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like DaBoO invites me to a party. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I think his recent BattleNet metagame knowledge isn't quite up to there either.
That was miss.
To be fair, the interface is a bit dodgy. We've had issues like that in the past.
Thought we were going to 2v2.
I'm okay with that. Let's do some 2v2, man.
I know.
You get DaBoO, I get Select.
He invites me to the party, and I'm like, yeah. All right.
I don't know if Select's even good enough to carry me. I mean, I'm so terrible. I don't think even a player of that caliber can pull it off.
Select could probably beat me and DaBoO. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
It's like a 1v1. I'm like, oh, we play 1v1 now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my invite to the game. I'm not entirely sure why the admins aren't doing that. It seems that DaBoO is not quite equipped for this.
I know. DaBoO's like, all right, how do I invite somebody?
Yeah. You make Diapollo host, and then you let him do the work. It's the best way to do it.
All right, yeah, I'm like, make me host.
Does he know how to make you host?
Select.
There you go.
I can't actually do it because of that new thing on Battle.net. I can't.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, it's very helpful actually to stop you getting invited into random parties and channels and stuff. But it can be a bit of a pain, which is why admin support is good. There we go. Fantastic. Apollo saves the day once again, and Antigua Shipyard will be the place for our next clash.
All right, so let's go. Select says go, and DaBoO says redo. So let's go.
Yep, these guys have sneakily swapped colors to try and confuse me. God damn those players that do it.
And I wonder what DaBoO's going to do. I mean, I don't really expect him to play like 2-base Spire again. I mean, he could try, but I think he's just going to do something a little bit more funky now.
Well, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Lowline Lines DaBoO. He is in the red trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the north of the Antigua Shipyard. Versus his opponent, in the long cross position, we of course have Select from Team Dignitas. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Terran to the south.
What's the hotkey to bring up the APM?
The APM? Control V.
Control what?
Control V.
Oh, V? Why V?
I don't know. I've never managed to figure that one out.
I'm like, okay, APM is 3 letters and V is not one of them.
Yeah, we really never worked that one out. If you go Control A, you get the army supply, work supply. If you go Control M, you disable the music.
I know, yeah. There's no P, so...
Yeah, I don't really know. When they first brought that interface out and I was learning it, I was going through the hotkeys like, okay, this makes sense. A for army, no problem. That's cool. We can go R for resources and worker skill, things like that. And then V for APM. And what?
I know.
Is that in Latin? I don't know.
Well, I don't ever do any of this unless you're going to scroll through them. Income.
You're having fun now, aren't you? You're discovering all the wonderful tools that we have. You're usually not doing the observing, but...
Oh, sound disabled. Oops.
Don't press that button. That's a terrible idea.
Oh, crap, I don't know how to get rid of it.
You're going to break it. You're going to break it.
I didn't know how to get rid of that one. I just loaded, so bring the APM up and then get rid of it again.
Yeah, the guys watching at the Steel Series stage are having the wonders of Apollo's first time doing observing there.
It's not a bad. I don't think I'm doing too bad.
I don't know. Is he doing bad? Is he all right?
It's okay, I think.
No, apparently he's terrible. He's so-so.
Okay, so-so.
God, that's a tough crowd.
I'm like,
holy
all right,
hell.
guys, I don't like that that response. Enjoy the tournament now. Enjoy that, all right? You like that?
That is highly unprofessional, good
I know.
sir.
It's all of a sudden there's like apples thrown at me and stuff. I'm like, oh, tomatoes splash on the screen.
Yeah, it's like, oh, throw something more delicious.
I don't think it's bad. I'm not doing bad. Maybe I do this too much.
You do flick around quite a lot, I say, but to be fair, as I say, camera control is a little bit of a skill, and that's just the setup we're having to work with here. Anyway, let's get back to the game, shall we? We've covered the first few minutes of absolutely nothing happening. DaBoO did not do anything funky. He actually decided we're going to go hatch first again. So I think that SeleCT could potentially do exactly the same thing and win, but I would think DaBoO would be a little bit more guarded against that this time around.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically using exactly the same build here.
Yeah.
SeleCT, on the other hand, is not going to use the same build here. He could, but it's not going to happen for sure. I mean, why would you use the same trick twice when probably we're going to see DaBoO kind of incorporate that into his play to make sure that he's able to defend against it?
Yep, SeleCT's going to do a bunker rush, or at least put a bunker down. Does he have any Marines? He actually has no Marines coming. He's got the one coming over there, so this really isn't designed to do anything other than force his opponent to pull drones off the line, which has happened. He's managed to pull 4 off, so the mining time is good. And if SeleCT gets away with that SCV, which he is able to do, then once he cancels that bunker, that's 25 minerals traded for a lot more, which is why this is a good idea. He's going to... Not really sure why he just threw that away. That was kind of pointless, but whatever the case, I think SeleCT's just kind of coasting at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's just naturally ahead in this game, just as it goes off. There's like no reason for him to lose here. If he can beat fantastic Zerg players like DaMarga game in, game out, then why is he going to lose against DaBoO right now? No offense to DaBoO, but literally if you don't play the game, you can't really keep up with a player like SeleCT.
Knowing DaBoO and like the attitude that we're seeing from him, very chilled out play, I'm pretty sure he thinks exactly the same. You know, he knows that this is very much a David versus Goliath situation. He'll try his best, but he's here just to play and enjoy, and he has put on some good shows so far, so, you know, I'm grateful for that. And here's the swap over right here, and we'll see if he decides to go for that. And he's actually going to put down another reactor, so it could, of course, just be a lot of Hellions and Marines, or he could then dump down another factory. But if he's going to do that, he probably should have done so right about now. Since he hasn't, one could assume he's just going to stay like that. Or maybe not. He's going
so basically what SeleCT's going to do is that's a starport, so he's literally going to use something else, another little trick he has, and it's just going to literally be Hellion and Marines, and he's just going to go ahead and just drop up here. This location right here, Hellions in this little spot here, Marines up here, and there's literally nothing you can do with pure Zerglings. You need to creep spread well, you need more than just 2 queens, so you can actually bring queens to help in a lot as well. So this may, again, just go ahead and kill DaBoO, especially if he hasn't played against this before. Cross positions, as wonderful it is for Zerg to actually be far away from a Terran, it's really difficult to actually scout. There's this one Overlord which can never get this far into the base, and there is that medevac. Here are all the units, and my control of the camera is keeping you guys up to date.
Yeah, so keeping you guys on your toes one way or the other. There we go. We've got the 4 Hellions moving forward, 4 Marines, 4 Hellion, 4 Marine, plus the medevac, which is coming out as well. And the Hellion's trying to engage. Good, nice little surround there by DaBoO. Excellent stuff. SeleCT, first Hellion is driven away. He's actually put an extra queen out as well, which I do like from DaBoO, realizing that, yep, I've got to start creep spreading. I need to start getting control against what's coming. But does he have an answer to the drop play? And he doesn't have any information on it just yet.
I mean, the thing is that DaBoO can't afford to do is lose these Zerglings. If he loses these Zerglings carelessly in the center of the map, he literally has nothing to defend against this. And meanwhile, the lair has not started yet. Should start now if he wants to play standard, as he's taken all the gases. Actually decides to go +1 melee attack. So this is an interesting decision here. And here comes this play. Drop the Marines on the higher ground, then load the Hellions in as well. And this is where it becomes difficult for DaBoO, because he literally has nothing to defend this. Yeah,
he's thrown most of his Zerglings at the natural, and he is able to get in there and do some limited damage, not a huge amount. SeleCT is actually having to answer that right now, which is why he's not moving everything in. And the SCVs have had to be pulled off the line, so actually a fairly nice run by there by DaBoO. A couple of Hellions will now finish that one off, and then SeleCT can go back to what he was doing in the first place. But that's actually giving DaBoO time to redeploy the Queens into a defensive formation.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Lings on the way, so actually DaBoO shouldn't be too bad against this. He does have Transfuses as well, so he should be able to clean this up relatively easily.
Yeah, so DaBoO actually with a nice run by. SeleCT was distracted by that, perhaps underestimating his opponent, and as a direct result, very little dies for DaBoO, and this drop will be cleaned up slowly but surely by these Queens.
Yeah, I mean, he should have targeted down the medevac a long time ago, but it's okay. I mean, he dealt with it okay. Meanwhile, he has... Look at his minerals, for one. It's like 1,200, so you can see that DaBoO's not used to playing at this kind of skill. He hasn't gone into the gases on the natural. There's a double evolution chamber, so he's going to switch up his play a little bit. But there is a single Banshee coming in, and where is that thing? I did see it. I'm sure he built it, unless he cancelled it. It is around somewhere.
Oh, no, it's up. It's definitely up. It's actually at the natural expansion right here for Select. And just going to hang around in defensive posture for the moment. In the meantime, we've got yet more Hellions moving in. Looks for the surround. A quick pickup there by Select. Very nice to play. Gets a couple of Hellions out of there. Could have potentially got the other, but I think it didn't want to go too close to that Queen. Losing the Hellions and the Medivac was not really an option. So Select's going to back off for the moment. DaBoO's going to take a not so much a fast third, but he's going to grab a third base, and Select doesn't really know about that just yet. But the thing is, the Banshee could actually just deny that right now.
And the lair is on its way now, and it's a little bit off-timed, but it's okay. This third base is up as well, so very, very shortly we should see a high amount of drones being made. And what's this Overlord? What does he actually see? Not too much now. And 2 hatcheries and macro hatch thrown down as well, but here comes this Banshee. How much damage will this be able to do?
Well, there are 3 Queens up, and he doesn't have a cloak, so if he's going to go for the main, not a huge amount. It's unfortunate that, actually, does he know about that now? Yes, he does. He has actually seen that. There's a Medivac that's going to come down on top of that hatchery, potentially, or he may go for the natural here. I would have said the Banshee should have just gone directly for the third, but he didn't know about it until now, so that doesn't really work out so well. And that Banshee is going to pick off just a drone here and there, but it's the drop into the natural mineral line that I'm very interested in. And here it goes. Hellions coming in to back that up. Good positioning. Unfortunately, the Medivac immediately ripped up, and DaBoO slaughters that drop with very little effort.
Yeah, Select not really getting that many drones killed, actually. He's only killed 9 so far.
What the hell is going on with that Marine? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
The Zergling basically was headbutting it for no apparent reason, and the Marine was spinning around like a lunatic, and it'll finally get cleaned up there, but I don't really know what happened there.
And now the tanks are in production once again, and we do have a lot of barracks being added on. Medivacs are on the way as well. Third base nice and fast here by Select. Very easily take this, but there is this Spire going down, surprisingly. So basically what DaBoO's doing now is taking the 5th and 6th gas, and he can very easily build a lot of Mulus right now. An awkward time here, especially as he's got this third base up and running, and actually he's going to lose quite a few drones here as there's absolutely nothing to defend against this Banshee.
Yep, there is not, and I'm surprised it didn't come in earlier, but hey, might as well go for it. Spore Crawler coming down, that can be destroyed, and of course the drone line, very, very vulnerable. Queen now being pulled off in order to deal with that. Still no side of Cloak, he doesn't really want to build any more Banshees at this point, and just to get out of there just before it gets destroyed. No problemo, he says, and off he goes.
And as Select takes this third base, the second factory is on its way, so he can really ramp up that tank production. And from here on out, this little area in the center here between the natural and third is just that holding position where it's very easily to kind of coast over to the center of the map and start to control the Xel'Naga Tower. You can swing up and down with Hellions and Marine drops and so on, especially if you have map control. The problem I'm looking at now for... actually, hold on, the Spire is complete, but there is no Mutas actually on the way. The thing is, he can actually make 30 Mutas now, and that may catch Select off guard. He's only got single turrets in the main and natural, actually 0 in the natural and just 1 on the third.
Yeah, he's banked up a ton of gas and has then made a bunch of lings, which is interesting. So we'll see what happens there. I think we're being attacked by some kind of alien invasion force right here, but more lings. Where's the gas going? The answer is it's going absolutely nowhere at the moment. Admittedly, on the third base, 3 bases fully saturated with 79 drones, getting that mineral count back is not difficult. He can follow this up with Mutas if he likes. It's just interesting that he's going so many lings.
Well, it's because he hasn't really scouted and he doesn't know timings that well recently. Yeah. He doesn't really know about the third base. So he's like, all right, let's deal with this with a push. It's going to be coming, and it's like not coming. So at the same time, Select, if he does go out, he's going to lose everything because DaBoO's made such a large army. But in retrospect, it's like, well, if Select doesn't push out, then you've just got an army which you can't use. And even if he tries to bust through, the bunker, there's tanks, Select can easily siege up in time as well. And it looks like this Banshee's going to prevent the 5th base going up as this drone does get picked off from the bottom left. Meanwhile, 4th base is up for DaBoO, but 2 Marines are going to spot that. And so now we do actually have Select moving out. And oh my god, he chooses to build banelings right now. He could have actually gone in and potentially killed everything here for Select.
Holy, what the hell is that? And that's not scanned.
Well, yeah.
This is... no, he does. He sees some banelings. I don't think he knows just how many are about to come down on his head. I think DaBoO's actually playing for the crowd a little bit right here.
Well, the crowd's not really cheering, so he's not looking too much.
The crowd is cheering now. There you go. So, we have a very small stage. It's not our fault. But whatever the case, DaBoO is now going to just clean that up. But Where are the rest of those banelings? Oh, yeah, they're back there. That's a lot of banelings for DaBoO. 39 right there. I had to wonder where all that gas was going to go, but I suppose in the +2 melee, yeah, that's fairly smart. Fully enough, Combat Shield isn't actually done yet. It's a shame that he couldn't get in a good engagement.
And this hatchery is going to go down, so it's 3 base versus 3 base, and maybe that would trigger DaBoO to go to kind of prevent. So actually, with C-Tanks up, there's no way he can really
He's going to
engage there
drop.
properly.
It's simple as that. He's going to drop. He's preparing the Overlords already there, as you can see. He's going to need Overlords. That's just going to be extremely slow drop because he hasn't built pneumatic carapace. So I don't know if that's all that smart. I don't think he's built pneumatic carapace anyway. But no, he hasn't. So yeah, he can't drop them. That would be really silly. It would be incredibly slow. But he has been building ventral sacks. That's what really confuses me there.
Well, it could have been a misclick, because a lot of the
Maybe.
time, like the hotkey for that's V, and as you're going to lava inject, it could mess it up a little bit. But actually,
da.
you do have the drop in the main, but not doing anything. And
Oh my, Baneling's going around right there. Select is in a little bit of a bind. He's just got crushed in the center and underestimating DaBoO right here, and DaBoO's now just going to go smash down on this place. There's actually very little to stop him doing that.
This is funny.
This
DaBoO
is
is just
great.
actually rolling Select, and Select is like,
What the hell just happened to me? Why do you have 50 Banelings with +2? Well, Select, you know what really doesn't work against +2 lings? SCVs.
DaBoO is going to beat Select. And Select is going to like...
Select, you are very silly,
DaBoO's
man.
going to treasure this replay. He's going to ask Dreamhack, can I have this replay? And nicely played by DaBoO.
It was,
3
it
base
was.
versus 3 base. So if the game had gone on, he would have lost. But
Yeah. It was an interesting decision to go mass Baneling, and you know what? It did the job, but Select just wasn't ready. GG.
DaBoO
Very nice.
picks up a game here. And,
There's an underdog story for you.
I wouldn't be surprised if he messaged me and says, see, I am good.
Yeah, he did
That's
that
something
because you were
actually he would
slagging him
say.
off. That's exactly why he did it. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to play. There you go. I'm just going to mass Baneling. It's funny because you mentioned his Baneling style a long time ago against Protoss. And look, there come the Banelings once again.
Yeah.
It's a similar style to what I play on ladder, but only
Mass
way,
Banelings.
way better. So there you go.
Well, I just messaged him saying, not bad. He said, thank you.
Not bad.
I was panicking that game, of course, as you could see. But let's see.
That would
Shakur's
explain
plateau.
the ventral sacks, I suppose.
This could be a very fast game, actually. Select is very well known for actually going like 11-11 barracks here, 3 bunker rush to actually wall in a zoo play that goes hatchery first, which we've seen from DaBoO every single game.
Yeah.
And I don't think DaBoO really knows exactly how Select likes to play here. Select, on the other hand, may just want to play... Because actually, if Select goes for that and it doesn't work, it's like, oh, I'm actually going to lose here, so...
Oh, my.
That's funny.
That was good. I enjoyed that very much.